same thing I did last time. So I think we might be hearing double of you because I have desktop audio on. So if I mute Discord audio, I don't think we'll hear double of you anymore.
You're hearing double me, huh?
You'll hear, not anymore, because I have music on.
Okay.
And you're both coming through the computer, so we should be hearing you mixed together on one channel.
Whatever works for you.
Well, whatever works for the stream, because I don't monitor the stream.
Oh, I gotcha, yeah.
So
I usually don't
idea.
either. I have all of my audio coming to me separately, actually. That's what this little white guy on my desk here is. It's a mixer.
Well, I can't see you. I'm still looking for your stream.
You're not watching me? Oh, man. You just lost like half a radish. Been live for a minute.
What were you pointing at? The
this right here.
White thing above your mouse.
Yeah, so this is a little mixer here. I put the game audio in there, and then the computer audio in there, and then this goes to my headphones.
Okay.
So that I have it all separately. So like I can have the game quiet, but broadcast at normal volume. Because separately from there it goes into the computer. I used to have it where like I would monitor it through the headphones, but there was like a delay when it came in through the GV-USB that drove me bananas. I just couldn't handle it anymore. So
Okay.
bought the little mixer.
This color is called mustard. The yarn I'm using. It looks really similar to the yarn that Mickey is using on his channel.
If you say so. I think mine's too
Pretty
light.
close. You think it's too light? Yours is more of a sunshine?
Yeah, a little bit, like almost like a dandelion maybe. It's pretty soft.
So I think when you were waiting for me to do my last round, you started on your next round.
Yeah, looks like I'm about halfway through 11
Halfway around,
here.
yeah. Okay. So
But I'm wearing my
do...
gloves today, so I'm going to be a little slow.
Oh.
So you should be able to catch up to me.
Half double crochet around 9 rows. At the end of row 19, single slip stitch into the next stitch. Okay, so yeah, this is the point in which we stop doing spirals and start doing joins, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, like...
Should I still use my stitch marker then? I do.
I would, yeah. I'm going to still use it.
Just in case.
For these 9 rows.
And I immediately start doing a single crochet instead of a half
Of course.
double crochet. Right
Enjoy
off
your
the
lurk,
bat.
Melly. Oh, you didn't lurk. You just said secret tunnel. Hi, Melly.
What's that mean?
Whenever she comes into my chat, she always uses the command secret to play secret tunnel. I'm actually going to make it like I'm going to make a rule next year. One of my redemptions will be, it's not gone, Melissa. It's just temporarily disabled. Because I'm not going to do it during a crochet stream. I also turned off the sing command this time. I'm going to make a redemption / edit my bot next year so that in the future people don't... Sucks bye. Bye, Melly. People don't have to like type in their little intro command because Melly always does it. She always comes in and types secret tunnel, and Timmy always comes in and types sense just to kind of like let me know they're there. And Bug Doctor does it usually too. He types in bug for his command. But I'll make it just so that you can make a custom sound command, and when you just type your first message in my chat for the stream, the sound will automatically happen. Just as a little way of getting my attention, saying hi.
Oh, damn it.
And Cheez-It, that's right. That's right. Foo kind of started it with Cheez-It. Foo always comes in with Cheez-It. Robot house.
So Barajolka is actually 2 people, I guess.
Oh, Bara and Jolka.
But I see 1 person on the stream, and I hear the other person. So Barajolka does, I want to say Svetlana, because that's her full name, but I guess she goes by Svieta. But she does sand art similar to Sand Experiment.
Oh yeah.
And that's
like on a light
how
table?
I found her. Yeah, on a light table.
I think I maybe have seen her.
She's very good at caricatures of people, but she wants to learn how to do portraits very quickly. So that's what she's been practicing on stream.
Cool.
And she and her partner got a job on a cruise ship. So they're going to be working on a cruise ships.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Like doing caricatures of cruise people, or?
Well, I think just shows in general.
Okay.
And in her intro video at the start of her stream, I saw where, there were clips in an edited video of her doing like shows in a room with an audience.
Oh man, that's
like a real audience, like a real theater type. Like on
I would
stage.
stop and watch somebody do a sand art if I were on a cruise ship. That'd be cool.
But yeah, her caricatures are really good, and they're not like overly exaggerated, which I like, because a lot of times just the caricatures they're super exaggerated, where these like the ones, well, some, I mean, she does that too, but some of them are like characters that you might see in a video game, where they look human, but they also have a cartoony look to them too.
Yeah.
They look like regular humans. Like you could tell who they might be as people you see in real life.
Nice.
And that's the kind of caricatures I like too.
Enjoy your lurk there, Millie. And thank you. Post-nap flu-like symptoms.
I am impressed with Bearjokal because she speaks Russian and Spanish and English.
Nice. Trilingual. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like that guy for the lead singer of Sunstroke Project, that band that had Epic Sax Guy in it. Do you remember Epic Sax Guy?
Everybody knows Epic Sax Guy.
That guy who writes that music, he writes songs in like 4 different languages, and my kids were like making fun of one of them. Well, not making fun of one. They're like, "What is this English?" I'm like, "Bro, this guy writes songs in 4 languages." Like, I know people who speak 1 language whose songs are more gibberish than this, so let's go easy on him.
Yeah, right.
Plus, he brought Saxman into our lives, so. Or Epic Sax Guy.
Epic Sax Guy.
I was at a grocery store one time with the nephew. He must have been 4. And I was just at the checkout. And we'd been listening to that song in the car. And out of nowhere, he just says to the checker, "My uncle is an Epic Sex Guy." And
oh, no.
The checker, she didn't even look up. She didn't bat an eye. She just kept scanning groceries and said, "Congrats." Just like in the flattest voice ever. I was like, man, she must just hear stuff all day. She could not have reacted less. It was amazing.
I feel like I'm almost all the way around, and I stopped and looked. I'm like, I'm only halfway. So many stitches.
Oh yeah, it's so big.
Like, it's not that bad when you start off, and then...
I know.
Because it feels like amigurumi, which are small, generally.
I mean, like when I made Bowser's shell, that thing got pretty big. But that
How big was this Bowser? Like, standing up, how many inches?
It was probably like 8 inches tall. It was a big sucker. That thing took me months to make. That thing turned me off to crocheting for months too. I was like, I'm never picking up a crochet hook again.
I mean, I felt that way with the crochet cheeseburger too.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, I need a long break before I do this again, because every piece took me like. When I say piece, I mean like every section of it, because the bun is 2 pieces. You have a top bun and a bottom piece.
Sure.
So that's 2. You know, I count that as 2.
Of course.
But I count the tomatoes as 1, and I count the onions as 1. So when I say each piece took me like 2 hours, I don't mean it took me 2 hours to do one tomato slice.
Yeah.
It took me 2 hours to do both. And the thing I don't expect to happen is the weave-in taking as long as it does.
It
Weaving in
always...
my ends.
Don't you always feel like you're at the finish line when it's time to attach stuff or weave in ends?
Yeah.
And you're like, this is taking as long as the construction did.
Yep.
Every time.
And you never
I'm
think it
still
will.
surprised by it. I'm still like, okay, now this will take me 5 minutes, hour later. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Bowser, that thing took forever to put together. Gosh.
And that's why I said, okay, so making the eyes and the tufts and stuff probably won't take that long. But then I was like, yeah, doing that and attaching it all together is gonna be one stream.
Oh yeah. I'm with you. I thought your assessment was good. We could probably do that Monday. I can't. I have a.
Okay.
I'm like, if I can do Friday, it's because something went wrong. Because usually we do family movie night
I would
on
say
Friday.
let's not plan on Friday anyway, because I stop early on that night to raid gobs for Mario night.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll just plan for Monday then.
Yeah.
This is fun. Are you gonna pick the next project?
I don't know what to stream on Friday though, because I finished Symphony of the Night.
You did, yeah. Well, what's your next game in the queue? You got a queue?
No.
What was you were just
Because
talking
my
about?
Xbox 360, which I have yet to put back on the TV stand, but that's where it needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing the rest of the games for that off stream.
Oh, okay.
Because there's stuff I want to do leading up to them first.
Mm-hmm.
Like for Mass Effect 2, I haven't played the first game and I don't want to, so I want to watch a playthrough of that on YouTube first. But I won't be able to watch the whole thing at once. You know, I'll have to do it. You know,
Take it 30 hours to watch it.
Yeah. It'll take time to watch it, and then I'll play the second one. Because I played demos of both, and I didn't like the first one.
Interesting. I liked the first one. I never played the
second
second one.
The first one seems like it's a lot more diplomatic.
Oh yeah, it has a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. My brother was into it, and I was like, "Well, makes sense the way you like Star Trek." It seemed like it was like, you know, basically Star Trek, the game that isn't Star Trek.
Legally distinct from Star Trek by BioWare.
So that, and then the other one is Gears of War Judgment, which is the prequel. I played the first 3 games. I still have them all, you know, and I like them, but it's been ages since I've played them. So I would like to replay them first before playing Judgment, just to get into it, you know.
Oh, okay.
Instead of being like, I don't remember who these characters are, or what they did, or you know, or what was going on in the story. Like, so I want to replay those, and I will do it much better and faster if I'm not streaming it.
Yeah. Makes sense. I'm way better at video games and way faster off stream, but I'm also more honest on stream. Like, I won't
my
quit a
brain
game.
doesn't work when I'm streaming.
Streamer brain.
Streamer brain is
It's
terrible
real.
for me. If I go back, usually I'll check my VOD to see if like I need to make adjustments to my sound next time.
Yeah,
or
same.
if the game is really dark and I need to brighten it or whatever, you know. So I go back and look for technical stuff. And sometimes I'm watching my gameplay, I'm like, why am I not seeing that? Why am I passing this up? Why did I do that? That was so stupid, you know?
Even when I watch myself play Mario
not how I
64, I'm like, you dummy, what are you doing?
I'll yell at myself, no!
Or I'll hear myself say something on stream that's wrong. Like I said the wrong word.
Yes.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, in fact, like just when we were streaming the other day, Melissa used the sing command on me, and I sang that Poison song. And it was, the lyric is supposed to be stepped off the bus out into the city street, and I had sung stepped onto the bus out into the city street, and I was like, you can't step onto a bus onto the street. What's the matter with you?
That's funny. But yeah, I do that too. And I also noticed that I don't finish my thoughts. I'll start a sentence, and then I never come back to the end of that sentence. So I was like,
gosh. I almost considered creating a Discord channel for that phenomenon. Because, yeah, for the first 2 years of streaming, I never finished a story. Like, not once. I'd read something in chat and just be completely derailed. And I thought, like, I should make a Discord where I finish my stories. Like, just go in there and be like, this is what I was going to say.
Okay, that was row 11.
Oh, I am so tired today.
I'm not as bad as I've been lately. The problem isn't going to bed too late, even though that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is staying asleep, like going to sleep and staying asleep.
Ah.
I'm like going to the bathroom every 2 hours.
Yeah. Sarah's been like working to avoid that too. She's like, at this point, like not having drinks after dinner.
I did not do the join. I'm still doing spiral. Well,
oh, you took your stitch marker off?
I took it out and I like went into the next, like after I wrote down the round, I went into the next stitch instead of doing the join.
Oh. No, you're not joining this one yet. It's only on the last one. Yeah, on the end of row 19 you do the join.
Okay. Because
then in 20 we're going to chain 2 up. This is still spiraling.
Okay.
Yeah. On the 9th row there at the end you can do your join.
Okay, I see. So hopefully, like I'm judging by how loose that stitch was.
It's like what, if you have 5 extra stitches you'll ever notice?
Marker in the right place.
I've had so many things like that where I'll like be decreasing on the double pointed needles while I'm knitting a beanie, and I have like an extra stitch somewhere, and I'm like, Michael, just decrease it, just get rid of it. And I'm like, I can't, must go back to find mistake. It's like 6 rows back. I'm like no one would ever know, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just like an hour
So I
gone.
do like the way you wrote this, because you were explaining how it gets rid of the hexagonal shape and makes it more circular, because that is an issue that I always have with amigurumi.
Yeah.
And usually it's not a big deal because of what's happening in the project later.
It'll get smoothed out.
Yeah, well, it just becomes unnoticeable because your eye isn't going to look at it.
Yeah.
But with the burger, for example, the top bun and the bottom bun, you change colors when you go to the inside of the bun, and you see that those hard corners.
Oh,
they're not hard corners. It's not like a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
You
but
can tell
definitely
that it's
hexagonal.
not round. Yeah, so I would get mad. I'm like, how do I fix this, thinking it was my fault, but it's just the way the pattern's written.
Nah, when you do all the decreases the increases in the same spot, it always happens.
Yeah. That's another thing, is I kept calling rounds rows on Wednesday or Monday. And I was like, dummy, you're not doing a flat project.
I'm pretty sure I wrote rows in the thing, didn't I? No, I did. I did write rounds. Okay. Wouldn't have been the first time.
The only reason why I was saying rows is because that's what I was doing with this yarn when I was setting up, trying to figure out how I want my camera. So I was doing rows, and I was like thinking to myself, how would I explain this, what I'm doing, to somebody that doesn't know how? And that's where rows got stuck in my head. And then when we started doing rounds, that was still stuck in my head, that I was doing rows instead of rounds.
I'm doing a little like so in my knitting circle / crochet circle, yarn circle. I'm bringing some little crochet hooks and some knitting needles and some kind of chunky yarn, and the idea being that like if anybody wants to learn how to knit or crochet, I'll teach them. And I swear, I think I'm going to teach them in the round first. Like, I think it's almost easier to just go in the round.
I still struggle with edges on square or rectangular objects.
It's disabled right now, Timmy. Also, I can't talk to you. Man, I had no idea how close a watch people were keeping on like Mario 64 until I disabled it. 8 people are like, where'd it go? It's important that not be gone. Dang it. He's got me over a barrel here. He's just going to talk at me, and I can't talk back because he hasn't used his sense command. Somebody ban that mod.
That's why you have an emote that says ban that mod.
It was weirdly a thing I said a lot. That doesn't count. He used the secret tunnel. Fine, I'm going to change my channel points to secret tunnels instead of radishes.
Why radishes?
Because they're the raddest vegetable.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's all it is.
I never made that connection.
They're the coolest vegetable. They actually used to be like rad jokes. When I started, it was like rad jokes for a couple years, and then I drew sunglasses on a radish, and Sarah was like, "Yeah, change it to that." And then Timmy started calling it radish farming, and I made him that little sound command. Because when we played Diablo 1, I kept talking to that shopkeeper over and over to try and get her to sell me different stuff. And she kept saying, "I sense a soul in search of answers." And we must have heard that thing like 500 times. And then Timmy typed in, like, "I sense a soul in search of radishes." Kind of like the, "What are you boying?"
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have that on my Stream Deck.
Oh, do you? Is it a redemption too, or just a button you can push?
It was a redemption, but it wasn't being used, so I just made it into a button. It doesn't make sense for someone to redeem it.
That makes sense, yeah. If you ever get rid of...
I just played it. You probably can't hear my stream.
Yeah, I have you muted right now, but I saw your hand move, and I figured that's what happened. If you ever get rid of hold on to your butts, I will unfollow you. That's one of my all-time favorite lines from a movie.
I feel like you and J-Riggs are the only ones that redeem it.
I love that one. Hold on to your
Yellow
butts.
always redeems one from Resident Evil 2 classic where Chief Irons tells Claire, "So you've made it this far. Not bad, girl."
Made it this far. Oh man, I love.
Whenever somebody else uses it, I'm like, "Oh, yell this here," and not necessarily.
I've been tricked a few times when somebody used Cheez-It, and I was like, "That's not food. Who did that? You can't use other people's sound commands." He owns it.
I like my Bug Doctor command, though.
You have a Bug Doctor command?
Yeah. It's not a Bug Doctor at all. It's of zero counts doing an impression of Bug Doctor.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you had that command. That's amazing.
Yep. It's not that old. It's only a matter of weeks old.
Yeah, I remember when he did it. Oh, I remember seeing it on Discord.
Yeah, I made the clip of it. I want to say it was Spiffy that told him, it might have been Bane, that told him to do, like, he did it before Bug raided. And then he's like, "Bug's gonna raid you. You should do that when he raids."
That's fantastic.
So Zero kind of turned on the juice a little bit when the raid happened, and I was like, I have to clip that. And then Vane used the clip as he made the command too. I didn't know that until I made it. I asked Zero for permission though. I said, "Can I use the audio from one of your clips?" I wasn't specific. And he's like, sure. I can't imagine which one it would be. And then when it became a thing on my channel, Vane was like, oh, I've done that too. I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know you did it. And he's like, it's fine, I stopped streaming anyways.
Oh, did he stop streaming? Oh, that's a bummer.
Not on purpose, but yeah.
Oh, Timmy's got a good idea here. He says I should do a sound clip of the butcher's fresh meat, but use the same radishes from the soul. So it says, fresh radishes. That's fantastic, Timmy. Timmy's my idea man today. Radishes. I originally actually did it when, like, I made the sound clip for him originally. I said radishes like she said answers. So it was like, I sense a soul in search of radishes. And Timmy was like, nah. Jank it up. Like, say radishes totally not part of that sentence instead. That's why it sounds like that. Radishes. And the first time I heard it, I laughed so hard. I was like, oh, Timmy was right. This is the way to do it. Total non sequitur.
I'm still laughing at it, and I haven't even heard the real one.
I don't know how to play a sound through Discord.
B-Boy knows how to do that. He said it wasn't easy. It was hard for him to figure it out, but we used to do Rocket League on Monday or Wednesday nights. Mm-hmm. And he figured out a way for me and Eddie to be able to hear what was happening in the stream in terms of like clips that were being played
I mean, I do have a virtual cable that I could use as my like microphone in Discord, and it would know the difference. I would just also have to put my microphone into it manually, and then it'd be like when you do like the OBS virtual camera, kind of be like that. It would work.
But that's all we would hear. We wouldn't hear anything else from his stream, just clips and sound alerts. Like if somebody, I think if it were like raids or follows, I think we could hear that, but I can't remember. But it was nice being able to hear that interaction.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, I imagine. Because otherwise, you like when you're talking to someone, like it sounds like they're on the phone or something because they react to stuff you didn't hear.
I know that when Laser Dante was hosting Four Swords Adventures, me and him and two other people, Klutz 450 and Discontinued One, we were playing all together through NetPlay, and he was the only one streaming it. And I would have to turn up his stream just a little bit, so I would hear us talking twice, live, and then through the stream a little bit later. But it was okay because of the volume I had it on, but I did it so that if somebody redeemed something, I could hear it. So he had a thing like when he was trying to get, I think it was follower emotes. You know how they released them in like not tiers, but groups of streamers would get them at a time instead of everybody at once. So they would roll that out, and he was trying so hard to get into having follower emotes. Like he was trying.
Is there something you could do?
Like, what do I gotta do to get? No, there is nothing you could do. It's completely random. But he was hoping that if he fulfilled all his bit emotes, like all the slots, like he would try to get all the slots, and he's like, maybe that would help.
The bit emotes, some of those things are like cheer $10,000.
I only have access to 3. I think somebody has to spend.
Yeah, like once they reach them, I'm just saying, there's a whole bunch of them after those 3 that can be unlocked.
So he didn't get them until everybody else got them.
And it's like you always get the one above the unlocked one, like, right? Yeah. Because that's how it is for me. I guess. Like I have shiny Psyduck. Somewhere. Where's my shiny?
But anyway, when he finally got them, he was so happy that he made a redeem that was a celebration, and Everybody Dance Now was the song.
Everybody dance now.
Yep. And he would have like graphics of one of his animated emotes dancing around the screen.
Nice.
But I wanted to hear that, so I would like sing it when it would come on, but because I'm hearing it in delay, it's like way later when people hear me singing it.
Mine does that every time anybody uses the sing command. There's like 100 millisecond delay on my microphone so that my lips and sound match up with the camera, because it's just how it is. So when somebody uses the jam command and it starts singing like, Mr. Plow, that's my name, that name again is Mr. Plow, I always sing along with it as I'm hearing it, and then when I watch the VOD later, I'm like, I'm 100 milliseconds off. That's super annoying. Stop singing along with it, Michael. It sounds terrible. How do you get these guest voice appearances, and why have I not been invited? I mean, I'm not interesting. She's not just a voice, she's also streaming. If you click on her name, you can see she's making a Psyduck too.
Yeah,
this is a joint stream.
This is Mickey being invited by me.
Yeah, I'm actually a guest on her channel right now. You should close mine and go open hers. Get some gems.
I asked him to stream it because I don't want him to put his camera on my stream.
No Mickeys allowed. I'm not interesting enough to stream, so I'd decline the offer, but still it would be nice to invite. Hey Timmy, you want to stream together tomorrow? I'll watch him say yes. I liked when Timmy streamed. I made a clip of his chat, or of his channel. It was great. He did for a little while. I think like the internet wasn't good enough.
Oh, I see you answered Shadow. Would you like any of the potatoes and kielbasa?
Thanks, Shadow. Sounds delicious. I love kielbasa.
I am not hungry at the moment because I'm still motion sick from Garfield Kart.
Sorry, preoccupied. Oh, Timmy's busy. Can't make it. It was funny. Melly the other day.
Sound alike?
What?
You and Timmy. Do you sound alike?
Probably over the phone. Probably not as much in person. Of course, I don't think we sound alike at all because I hear me in my head.
Is that a yes or a no?
Right. That's a no.
But when I hear his voice recorded, it doesn't sound like my voice recorded, I don't think.
I was reading Mickey's comment. Or message. I guess they're messages in the chat.
It's funny, Timmy, the other day, Melly was like, how come I'm not your first joint stream? And I'm like, this isn't even my first joint stream. She's like, what? Sucks by. Gosh, I have like 3 or 4 emotes that I made to troll Zero, and they became permanent emotes. Like, I can't get rid of them because people kept using them. Including Sucks By. I made that just to troll Zero, and then everyone started using it.
I thought it was to troll Bug Doctor.
Sucks By? I thought it was...
Yeah.
Maybe it was Bug Doctor. I don't know.
Because isn't there a command for that?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, but I would say Sucks
somewhere.
By... okay, well, I made that command afterward. It's because there was, like, this guy who came into Zero's chat one time and was like, playing Zelda 2, huh? Zelda 2 sucks, and then left. Everyone was like, what was up with that guy? Zelda 2 sucks by? So I made the Sucks By emote. So the next time he was playing Zelda 2, I rated him in, and I was like, Sucks By, and left. Like, Mickey. Yeah. And then made the Bug Doctor command just later. There's also a Dr. Bug command. I think
Zero Counts was the first, would you call it joint stream?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, I think his was the first one I did because DFS, Drunk Future Self, and I, we've crocheted together, but we did it on his channel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think I just showed my camera through Discord and he captured it on his because I didn't want to do it because of the setup.
Yeah.
We didn't have a good way of doing that setup at the time. So I was like, you just stream it. And then Laser Dante was the only one that streamed Four Swords Adventures when we played Zelda together. And I can't think of any others where we were both streaming, where both parties or more parties were streaming the same thing.
Timmy says my voice is deeper than his, so he doesn't think we sound alike either.
Oh, okay.
My first was with 02.
I think I just wanted to help him to help me get through Animaniacs for Genesis.
Oh yeah.
Because I was just like, I quit this game. Will you help me finish it?
That's
he
nice.
said yes.
I mean, I did have someone help me through Batman, a guy named AD, but he helped me through chat. He chatted, so there was often a delay when he's like, wait, and I'm like, dead already. I'm like, thanks, AD.
Yeah, it's really hard to do it like that. So.
But my first joint stream was with 02. We raced Star Tropics.
The first time I didn't have him share his screen with me. I just had him show mine and he would tell me what to do. Mm-hmm. And I said, I don't want to have a delay for you. So I'm going to show you in Discord so you're not watching through Twitch.
That has less of a delay when you do a video on Discord?
There's almost no delay.
And you were able to do both at once? Like you were able to send video through Discord and
Twitch,
OBS?
not a problem.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not a problem. And then when we did our second session, I was like, I would like to see you do some stuff with me in the game. Oh, yeah. So I told him how I wanted him to share his screen, and he was confused on whether he should stream it or not. I said, it's up to you. I don't need you to, but I do want you to be in Discord because I don't want lag. And he's like, oh, okay, I get it. So I taught him how to do it. Like, we did it for B-Boy with Rocket League. Yeah, that's another example where it was just B-Boy streaming it when there was 3 of us. And he tried to ask me if I could host, but I was like, I did try and it was just a disaster. This computer couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And I have since bought a gaming laptop that I can connect to the capture card, but it's not easy when you're going from one thing for your stream and then switch into something else that's a completely different setup. And I have to make room for the laptop on the desk, and it's a whole thing.
it's a production.
I said, you just do it.
It always is a production. Change any little thing.
But he got really good at hosting it, so it just made sense for him to continue hosting it.
Cool. I should be replacing this computer within a year. This thing's pretty old. I've had it for about 12 years now.
But Zero, when I could watch him play, I streamed with both of our games on the stream. Mm-hmm. So he would be in one corner and I would be in the other corner, and it went really well.
Nice.
And we talk over Discord.
Yeah, that would smooth things out quite a bit. I used to do that with, we had a 7-year-old who used to live with us, and he had this little, not totally legal 258 games in one little Game Boy looking thing, and one of the games it had on it was Mega Man 2, and so I would pull up Mega Man 2 on my NES and play through and let him copy me on his Game Boy so he could see how to beat the bosses and how to beat the levels and stuff. And he actually did beat the game. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, when I was a kid, I could never beat Mega Man 2.
I never tried to beat a Mega Man. The only Mega Man experience I have was on the Mini Genesis because Wily Wars are on there. And everybody's like, oh, those games are impossible. The Wily Wars is awful.
I don't think I ever played Wily Wars.
I don't know, it just felt like a Mega Man game from what I see people do on Twitch.
Mega Man's one of those NES games that's hard until you know how to do it, and then it's really unhard. Just knowing how to, and it's a big time one of those games, find the safe way to, find how to not get hit by the boss. Once you find out how to not get hit by the boss, you're good. There's a boss in Mega Man 1, Flame Man or Fireman. Gosh, I could not figure him out for the longest time. Turned out that I was just standing too far away from him. Like, if you stand closer to him, it's safe. I'm like, gosh, no wonder
a little simple thing.
No wonder I didn't figure that out, because I didn't want to go anywhere near him, because he kept killing me. But getting close to him was the secret. So now that's one of the things I was trying.
Interesting how boss designs sometimes work out like that.
Yeah.
Like, because you're expected to run away or get far or whatever, and then the secret is to get real close. The boss is never going to expect that.
Yeah. There was a boss like that in Dragon's Curse too that I just kept dying on. I was like, oh, I'm too far away is the problem. Forgot.
It's starting to look like a bowl.
It is. It's turning into a little candy dish here. Put some pine cones or something in there.
You look way ahead of me.
I think I am. I'm on row 15. Apparently the gloves didn't slow me down.
I just finished 13.
The gloves didn't. I'm about to finish 15 here. The gloves didn't slow me down.
With the Panama Canal and some very strong rowers on my crew, we should have it to Mickey by mid-November.
Delicious.
I'm gonna take a drink.
Oh, I couldn't eat it anyway. Not on this diet. Well, I could. I could just only eat a little bit. It probably doesn't take much.
On what diet?
Oh, so we're doing this thing where we're doing the 6 small meals a day. So it's like 300 calorie meals though. So like 300 calories of kielbasa and potatoes isn't a lot of food.
So one of the reasons why I'm not going with Shadow to a Cleveland gaming thingy-majig is because of my elimination diet. I was like, there's no way I can do this on the road. I rolled over my yarn somehow.
I have never done that in my whole life, ever.
But yeah, I pretty much eat our groceries and nothing else.
That's so kind of how Sarah and I are.
No restaurant food. No restaurant food at all.
We do still do family movie night, where like the person whose turn it is, they pick a restaurant and they pick the movie we watch. But we have to be like really cognizant of like we can't go milkshake, French fries, and burger. Like you just can't make it happen.
The other reason is because of work.
Sure.
He said he was taking a day off of work. I was like, I really have to be careful with my days off. He gets more off than I do. A year.
I get 0 off a year. My schedule is like super packed, super dense. I always have a million things to do, but it is very flexible. I can always move all of it around for the most part. So whenever anybody's like, what time works for you? I'm like, you tell me what time works for you, because I can make anything work. Almost. But then occasionally a kid will come to me and be like, okay, I'm ready to do that thing. I'm like, window closed. you had your chance. And they're like, but what? But that's not fair. You're not doing anything. I'm like, yeah, because I scheduled do nothing right now. Because I'm tired from all the some things I already did.
I mean, sometimes you have to schedule do nothing.
Oh, I'm a bath taker. I love taking baths. That's my escape. Nobody can make me do anything when I'm in the bath. Like, what are you? I'm all wet. What are you gonna make me do? You gonna bring your homework in here and have me look at it while I'm naked in the tub? Go for it. No, I'll wait.
Do you take baths? Like,
oh yeah,
actually,
I love. I've always been a big fan of baths. Like I take multiple baths a week. I love taking baths. I think I'm the only person in my family does. Everyone else hates them. They're like, ugh. I take showers.
It just seems like every time I take a bath, there's a leak somewhere underneath. that floor.
Really?
Like in my last apartment, no, because I lived on the ground floor, so I never had any leaks.
Nor nobody come to complain about them anyway.
The place above me, though, their hot water heater tank broke.
Oh,
so
man.
I had water in my closet because of that.
Yeah. I mean, I did one time flood our bath here by accident. Like I cleaned it out. It was, just some bathroom cleaner stuff. And so I was like trying to rinse that smell back out. So I was like, I'll just fill the tub and then drain it. And then set the tub to fill and then, I don't know, went and ate a snack or something.
Oh.
And then I went into the garage and I was like, why is water dripping out of the sky? Oh no! Came back and the bathroom was completely flooded. I was like, oh jeez, I hope we didn't do any like permanent damage here. There's still a floorboard that creaks that didn't used to creak.
Blame the dogs.
Yeah.
The dogs turned it on.
One of these days I'll get around to fixing it.
Well, supervised.
One of these days we're going to get all of our carpets replaced. So I figure when they rip the carpet out, I'll fix the squeaky floorboard then. Didn't leak to a floor below, but the apartment slowly sank a little as her bath slowly made a swampland. Like those houses they built on the landfills that just kind of sink in. Or Mexico City.
The last time I took a bath here, it was okay.
Are you above anybody?
Yeah. We're on the third story, and the place below us, it's an old Chinese couple. They only speak Chinese. So I speak to them through their daughter on the phone or through notes.
Oh, okay.
So her dad came up to try to tell me that there's a leak in the ceiling from our pipe, and it's really hard to tell me that when you don't speak English.
Right.
So he had his daughter on the phone, and he put her on speaker, and I talked to her.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he beckoned me with his hand gestures to come follow him to into his place downstairs, so I could see how the water was staining the ceiling. And that's where I talked to her about it, and she says they've been there for 10 years, and this is every year this happens. and
the landlord's doing nothing about it.
Well, it's a condo association, so there's no landlord. There's an association. So the association has a handyman, and the owner of our unit would call the handyman and tell him about what's going on, or forward pictures that I texted him or whatever. And then the handyman is always injured or sick or has stuff going on and he can't come. And so he finally comes and he puts holes in our walls to fix the pipe.
Sure.
And then he's supposed to come back like a week later to put the wall back.
To fix the holes.
Except that he never does. Because
time to buy a poster
a month
or a wall hang.
Wall back. And
I still got holes in
seriously
my
every
walls.
year since we moved in.
I got holes in my wall right up above me from just one of these days I'll get around to it. Like I got a to-do list that will last me till I'm 205. First I had to get the garage clean. I had to get the garage together, because from the garage, that's where everything else like stems. If the garage is organized, I have my tools, my everything's set up and ready to go to do the housework, to do the yard work. So I gotta get the garage done first. It's taken me 2 years, and I'm close. The garage is almost a usable garage. It's
You'll
okay
get there.
when, like, people below them. Okay, what am I on? That was
Shortly after we moved in here, like the plumbing's so bad. So there was a leak under the sink in the bathroom I use. And so the owner got a plumber for that, and the plumber put in a different faucet. He said that it was the faucet problem that was the problem.
Oh, really?
So that was the first one, and then think the second thing was the pipe in our utility closet going to the hot water tank was leaking. So he replaced a section of the pipe in there. And then after that, like 2 or 3 times, the neighbors downstairs said our pipe was leaking. So he would put a hole in the wall and replace a piece of the pipe in there, and then put the wall back. And then a year later, he'd have to do it in a different section of the same wall. And so that happened 2 or 3 times. And then another place in the pipe in the utility room started leaking, I want to say a number of months ago. And luckily, like, we don't go into the utility closet every day. But luckily, I went in there to get a tool or tape or the tape measure or something like that.
Stumbled onto it.
And I saw a puddle on the floor.
That was lucky.
When you walk in, that it was... Luckily, it must have just started right before I went in there.
Nice.
So I got lucky with that one. And so when he came to replace more of the pipe, he replaced the whole pipe going over the hot water tank. But the one that's going directly down from the ceiling is still the original. But it's like, can someone just come and replace all the pipes already?
Right. Let's just knock this building down.
Times a year. And then there was a lot of occasions where he knocked on the door, the handyman, and said, I need to shut off the water to fix a pipe below you. So don't use any water for however long. And
then when you do use it, it's all brown.
Sometimes it's just like somewhere below us, there's a leak, and we're hearing about it. So it's constant.
It's never ending.
That's the one structurally problematic thing about this place is the plumbing.
One time.
The rest of the problem is with the association.
Yeah.
And their stupid rules and regulations, but.
Back in must have been 2009. Must have been 2009. We bought this house off base down in California, out in the Mojave Desert. This place called Ridgecrest, and it was hot there. It was regularly hot there, over 100 degrees constantly. It's on the desert. It's like 40 minutes from Death Valley, And we were setting up the Xbox 360 to be like our Netflix machine, and it had a little Wi-Fi adapter, but the Wi-Fi adapter was So I was like, let's run a Cat5 cable through the attic. From the office router to the Xbox 360. So it's like, you can do that? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Luckily, there was an antenna cable, like an old-fashioned RF antenna wire coming out of the wall behind the television. So I was like, I'm just going to tape an Ethernet cable to that and pull it up through into the attic. No sweat. And so I'm like, all right, you help me out here, Sarah. So I climb up to the attic. It must have been 120 degrees up in there at least. It was super hot. And I climb over to the edge of the house. It's like right where the roof, slopes down and meets the ceiling. So I'm all crammed up against the wall. I'm like, here we go. I'm going to start pulling on my RF cable. And I pull on it, and it pops out up in the attic, and there's nothing attached to it. And Sarah's like, the Ethernet cable hasn't moved. And I realized there's like a little disconnect. There was like 6 inches up into the wall. There was just a little, 2 little clips stuck together, and they weren't even clipped. They were just slid together. And so it just immediately slid right off, and I pulled it right apart. I was like, well, that's no good. Okay, let's try this again. So I came back down, drank some water, and then I went back up with the snake, the little metal snake to run down. And I was like, when you see this come down, you grab it and you tape the Ethernet cable to it. And I start pushing it down, and oh man, it did not go very far before it was stuck. And she's like, I don't see it. And I'm like, I know you can't see it. It came only halfway down the wall. And I was like, you pick up that hammer and you start smashing holes in the wall until you find it. And she's like, there will be holes in the wall? I'm like, I will fix the holes in the wall. That's not a problem. I'm going to die up here if you don't. So she picked up the hammer, and I was wiggling it. I was like, listen for the scratching and try and find it. And she smashed 3 or 4 holes in the wall to find it and to get it all the way down. And taped that Ethernet cable to it. And finally, I pulled it up. And gosh, by the time I came out of there, she's like, I've never seen you look so red and cooking. Like, I was like, well, what's cooking? It was like an oven up there. It was so hot. We should have done this at night. I don't know what I was thinking. And I came downstairs, and yeah, there was just so many giant holes in the wall. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's fine. The holes in the wall I can fix.
As long as you're out of there.
Oh my gosh. It's like, please, just start swinging.
Now, in my parents' house, there's a problem with their bathroom that they never fixed.
Mm-hmm.
They never sealed something. I can't take a bath in their house. Every time I did, I mean, when we were kids, we didn't have a shower yet, and we had to take baths. I don't know what changed after they, changed their tub out and got a shower in there, but every time I would, during my college years or something, when I was between schools or after college or something, I would take a bath, and their kitchen would rain every single time.
Oh my gosh. How does that
And they're
happen?
like, stop taking baths. You're filling the tub too high. I'm like, I am not. It is regular tub water height.
How would it work?
I am not overflowing it.
With a bath, but not with a shower anyway. That's so unusual.
I don't know. But it's like there was an invisible hole because the water wasn't making it to the overflow.
Yeah,
how there's like a little,
that's the only thing that would even make
sense.
sense. That's weird.
Yeah. So I watched for that. And I said, I can't explain what's wrong.
No accounting for this. Oh.
But they never fixed it. Just phantom holes in the tub, I guess.
Just the solution is don't take baths.
The only thing I can think of is there must have been pressure in the pipes from the tub water there. So when the pressure was released, it was too much water going through the pipes.
Oh, like it happened when it drained, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Because it was never like...
Nope, I did a single crochet.
I'm in the tub sitting there, and they're like...
Yeah, it was the draining. Oh, you know what?
Knocking on the door saying, our kitchen is... It was always like, I'd hear it later. I'd hear about it later. It could just be that they weren't paying attention until I got out of the tub.
That makes sense. Like, if our kids ever drained the bathtub at the same time the washing machine drained... it would make this sound like somebody was hitting the side of our house with a jackhammer, like a pa 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 pa. And Sarah's like, "What the heck is that noise?" I'm like, "That's too much water trying to go down the drain pipe at the same time," and so the pipe starts like vibrating violently. So I just disabled the kid's bathtub. I was like, "You don't get to take baths anymore."
Disabled the tub.
I was like, "There's too many of you. You all have to share a bathroom. We don't have time for anybody to be taking baths." So just disabled the bathtub. I made it so that, like, it's got one of those things on the faucet where you pull it up to turn it into a shower, like it's by default a bath.
Yeah.
Okay. I just made it so that thing is stuck up, and you can't put your bag in. And then I got rid of the drain plug, so. I loan it to Rory when she needs to give the rats a bath. But then I take it back. Because otherwise they'd fill it with the shower head. The water hammer, yeah. It was really loud. Especially because the drain pipe was like right by the living room downstairs.
Yeah, I would take salt baths.
Oh, yeah?
My main reason for taking a bath.
Oh. Like with the Epsom salt?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, my muscles were hurting. I would do that.
That's legitimately the name?
Muscles are always hurting.
Timmy says it's actually called the water hammer when that happens. It does sound like a hammer. My muscles are pretty achy today too. I'm probably going to take a bath after this with a rum.
My muscles didn't used to be this bad, but they were always bad.
Mine weren't always. I just got old.
I think it's because I hold my muscles tensely.
Oh yeah.
I don't know I'm doing it.
Sarah does that too.
Even when I'm laying down.
Sarah has a glass of wine and then her shoulders melt and she's like, "Oh, I haven't unclenched those all day yet."
Yeah, it's amazing that you don't even realize that you're doing it.
I'm like, why am I not clenching like good muscles? Why can't I clench like my biceps and my pecs all day? Why am I clenching my back and my neck?
Yeah.
if I clenched my core muscles all day, that'd be great for me.
Yeah. And that's something I learned to do from a trainer.
Yeah.
And they're like, because it like as they're teaching me what to do when I'm doing exercises, they're always like, you know, pulling your stomach while you do this.
Yeah.
Oh, I screwed up this stitch.
Same. We had these
so I was like,
trainers at Boeing.
I never realized that this is something that people did.
Tell me about it. I found this out like 8 years ago. I thought I was just like old and my body was broken, and we had these they were physical, like they were like athletic trainers at Boeing. They were called Industrial Athlete, and they were there to help old men like activate their core. And I'm like, what? Like, this is like magic, being able to just, I can bend down and pick stuff up as long as my core is activated and I can throw out my back. And but yeah, it took like a good 6 months of practice to be able to do it regularly. And now I do. I haven't really thrown out my back since. I did give myself a hernia once, but that was just from working too much.
But it was pretty much every exercise you did. That's what you did. You would engage your core while you did it.
Right? That's what I tell my kids. I'm like, you know the secret to good push-ups? And they're like, is it engage your core? You darn right it is.
Those are the magic words.
It really did feel like magic. Like this whole group of muscles that's just been sitting there being lazy my whole life. I'm like, get to work. Help out my back here, man.
I'm starting to think this might explain why when I gain any amount of weight and I'm not underweight, it goes straight to my stomach because I'm never engaging my core with anything I do.
It's like, well, I don't have anything else to do. I may as well hold that sugar for you. I don't know where mine goes. I lost like 25 pounds since November, and I don't feel like I look any different at all. Where was it? It like distributes itself very well or something. And people always underestimate my weight. Like, people would guess my weight minus 40 pounds. Like, I'm like, no, not even close. And I tell them my real weight, they're like, what? You don't look like that at all.
Yeah, people couldn't guess my weight either when I was... Well, I don't know about now because no one does it now, but back when people did that, people couldn't guess my weight.
Part of my problem is that my family all generally has really short legs and really long torsos. So we kind of look like normal height, but it's mostly torso. There's not a lot of legs, so we're like heavier than we look for our height. Yeah. And we look really tall when we sit down, and we stand up and we're not very tall. Like, I'm actually an inch or two taller than Sarah, but I have trouble reaching the pedals after, like, she's driven the car. Oh. Because her legs are longer than mine.
Yeah, my mom and I are only an inch different. My mom's an inch taller than me. But I have to move up the seat in the car when I was in high school and we shared a car, and she's like, how can you not reach the pedal from where I sit when we're almost the same height? And I was like, because we're not built the same, Mom.
Yeah, it's just different layouts here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's funny about her weight. I took her to the hospital for some testing or something like that, and she wanted me to wait in the room with her. And it was like one of those rooms that's not really a room. You're surrounded by a curtain or something, and people come in the curtain. And so I'm like paying attention to my phone, and they're putting the electrodes on her chest and stuff like that. And another tech is asking her questions that are just like for vitals, and they asked her what her weight was, and she didn't want to say her weight in front of me. And so she would give them hand signals of what her weight was.
And then they'd repeat it.
And I just looked at and I just looked at her and I said, "You're silly." And she's like, "I know."
That's yeah.
I'm gonna judge her.
That's a lot of programming you're fighting against there. Yeah, I didn't even, I never weighed myself. So, like, the New Year's resolution to lose the weight wasn't really about the weight. I'm like, I don't really care about what a scale says when it's in between me and the earth. That's not really of concern to me. It was more about, I want my pants to fit again.
Oh.
If my pants fit, we're all right. Well, also, plus, you know, like, I looked at the BMI thing, and it was like, you're too big, bro. And I'm like, really? It wants me to be that skinny? Like, that seems really
BMIs
skinny.
are a little goofy because unless you have one of those machines that reads out your muscle mass too, the BMI is garbage.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
it doesn't take that into account.
Yeah.
It's looking at your height, your age, and your weight. And, you know, so a lot of BMI stuff is just garbage. So people that are exercising all the time, their doctors will be like, oh, you need to lose some weight. And he's like, excuse me, have you seen me?
Yeah, look, take a look.
I have a lot of friends that are like, no.
Glance up from your chart there. Yeah, because when I started, like, so I actually accidentally kind of did two, like, mutually exclusive goals, because it was like, one was lose 50 pounds and one was do all the sit-ups and push-ups. Well, doing all the sit-ups and push-ups made my chest and shoulders bigger. Like, I put on a bunch of muscle up there, and I'm like, well, this is not helping the weight loss here. Like, I definitely got thinner around the middle. My pants are fitting way better. My shirts are like billowy now, but well, they're looser down on the bottom, tighter up top. But I'm like, but the weight's not going anywhere.
That's what you want, though.
It's like, well, that's fine. Like,
for me, exercise is more about gaining strength.
That's what I really want is core strength.
I didn't like being weak.
I want to be able to move really stuff and not hurt my back.
When I was 20, I got pretty sick and I got really weak.
Oh,
and yeah, so I was pretty strong before that, and I've never been that strong since. So I always wanted, and mostly it's because I would get into a routine and then something would happen to get me out of that routine, and it could be something simple like catching a cold, and then I'd be like, well, I don't want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, I would get out of the routine.
Sure. Oh, yeah. I have a gym membership. I don't think I've been once this year. Like, I've been paying them for 9 months now. I still haven't gone to the gym, but I plan to go next year. It's looking. It's not much of a tortilla anymore. It's too deep now. What's up, Vetch? 130 pounds? How tall are you, Timmy? 130? My gosh. 130 pounds? No way. Like, Belle's 130 pounds. Actually, Belle's more than that, I bet. Belle is almost my height.
Don't they make bowls out of taco shells?
Oh, yeah, like a tostada. It's a tostada shell. There we go. Yeah, it looks perfect for a tortilla bowl. Yeah, you're right, Vetch.
There we go.
Yeah, get the little curve in there like they have. Some ground beef, chicken, whatever your flavor is. Some pinto beans, some lettuce. Oh, man, I'm making myself hungry.
I was going to say.
Gosh, yesterday we ended up having almost all liquid meals. By the end of the day, I was just like, I just need to chew something. I need to bite into something. My body is not okay with all this liquid. Like I had jaw surgery, you know? Just drinking all my meals.
They're like, have you even eaten today?
5'6", you got shorter after being in the Army? How much shorter? I didn't know you were 5'6".
A Marine.
Oh, yeah, I was.
So when you do your boot camp and stuff, do they not teach you about engaging your core?
No, not really. I mean, we did crunches as part of our PFT, but we didn't go through understanding our muscles and how they work. They did a lot of PT, but if you were doing it wrong, I mean, that was on you.
I think it's interesting. I don't typically do this, but when I do remember to do it, I'm glad for it. But when you're exercising and you're thinking about how your muscles are working,
oh yeah,
and how much of a benefit that can make.
Oh yeah, when I get that, that's how when I remember to do that, or like when that happens to me, when I'm like thinking about what my muscles are doing and I go through my sets of sit-ups and push-ups, they're over like that. It's like instant. I'm like, oh, whoa, we're already at 50. Like that was so quick because I'm not thinking about the count. I'm thinking about what's happening in my body.
On top of getting through it quicker and not thinking about how you want it to be over with sooner.
Yeah.
There's also the results of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see a difference. It just seems to go a lot, like progress seems to happen a lot quicker.
It really beats you down.
Okay. I've completed 15 rows now.
Nice. Oh, you beat me. How did you do that?
Really?
Wait, 15 rows? 15 rounds? No.
15 rounds.
What am I talking about? I think
I'm on round 16.
Never mind. I'm on round 19. I'm being silly. Round 19. I don't know. I'm so, like I said, I'm really tired. Yeah. Well, this is streamer brain plus tired Mickey. Tired Mickey is totally like a clumsy doofus. I dropped a pot in the kitchen. Not even like a big pot, just like a medium saucepan. Just like my hand was done holding it and it crashed to the floor. I was walking up the stairs and like a flip-flop slipped off my foot and it fell all the way down the stairs. Oh, we got a raid. Hey, Dark Slash and Dark Slash Raiders. My name is Mickey Dad Red. I take care of kids, I play old video games, and I make stuff out of yarn.
Ta-da!
Today... Oh, do you want to do yours too, FutureRush? I'm working with FutureRush. Click on her name and go follow her. We're making Psyduck beanies together. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Dark Wife? We are crocheting. We're making...
I usually games and it's just whatever.
Psyduck beanies. These are gonna be Psyducks. Man, anyone on Twitch TV these days. Somebody ban that JDO. What's up, JDO? So what were we up to? It says Final Fantasy VI, but you never know with this thing. That's a great strategy. I almost missed Vetch's message there. Got hidden behind the raid. They should invent exercise that isn't boring so I can use it. Man, they should invent those things, those miracle devices. Remember they used to invent those like in the back in like the 50s and the 40s and stuff, where it's like just
get ripped in 30 days.
Yeah, strap this little machine to your body and you'll be buff. And it's like, okay.
Oh, the vibrating machines.
Yeah, those ones. Like it'll make you buff, and women are like, this thing's great.
Where the idea came from.
Yeah, if you can just get the muscles to contract, then you'll exercise, right? That's basically like exercising. Oh, you were programming. What were you programming? You were programming Final Fantasy VI, though. Just to electrocute your stomach and get rock hard abs. That's the idea, anyway, hopefully. Okay, so chain 2, half double crochet around, and we should end up with 80 stitches. Or 80, yeah, it should end up with 80, hopefully. We're going to need that 80 because it has to be even when we start doing the front post, rear post thing. Cool, cool. So specifically what? What were we programming? And correct me if I'm wrong, but Dark Wife, don't you also crochet or something? I swear you did. You crochet or knit. I'm more of a knitter usually, but I do it all. This is your first
crochet hat.
This is my first crocheted beanie. That's true. I never crocheted a hat before. I crocheted parts of hats, but the main part of the hat was always knit before.
This is way easier, right?
Haven't in a while. When your kid's a little older, you'll pick it up again. I mean, I could knit a beanie way faster than I can crochet one, but knitting's faster. Not since the incident.
I mean, no, I think part of that is because you're used to knitting.
Thanks, Dark. Thanks for the raid and have a good night. Maybe. I mean, I learned to crochet first. I learned to crochet before I learned to knit. Sort of. I mean, I learned to knit when I was a kid. My mom taught me. But, like, as an adult, I started crocheting first, then did knitting.
Yeah. But, I mean, crochet uses more yarn per stitch and more yarn square inch.
Eat through the yarn faster, that's for sure.
So that's
this hat will be much heavier.
For that reason.
I did crochet something after having a baby. Something for the baby? I didn't crochet when I had babies. I wish I'd like started crocheting and knitting earlier. Now I can't go anywhere without doing it. My family has to tell me, like, Dad, do not bring your knitting. And I'm like, I'm gonna bring it. I went to a Seahawks football game and brought my crochet. And I tell you what, I got like 8 granny squares made. That blanket behind me, I made half of that at a Seahawks game.
You know what? There is the lady, if I remember correctly, there's the lady that goes to the Pittsburgh Penguins hockey games. And she brings her knitting and she like...
There's plenty of time for it.
She's there. She has like a season pass or something, but she's always there. And she makes all this stuff every game. And they do play a lot. They play a few times a week for hockey. And it's like half the year. And so people know her for this. That's
funny. She's that lady. I'm like that at the bus stop. Like there'll be people... Like I'll run into them at the barber or the grocery store, and they're like, "Do you knit by the bus stop over there by 250th?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." Like I thought that was you. I recognize your bag. You're that guy.
What's your bag look like that it's so memorable?
Oh, I have a number of bags. The one I usually take to the bus stop is this one right here, though. Just like it's like a Joanne Craft tote bag that somebody left at my house once. Mickey's becoming a crochet-y old man before our eyes.
Did you say it was from Joanne?
I think it is.
Mine is.
Yeah, it says "Go Green, Joanne."
I will have to show you mine when my camera's not on my hands, because it might just be the same bag.
That's funny.
But the handles have taken a beating over the years.
Oh yeah, this one had
all the plastic stuff is peeling off.
All the plastic's peeled off, and yeah, I did have to sew these handles back on, and I had to sew one of the corners back together. And Sarah's like, you can afford a new $8 bag, and I'm like, can I? Does it matter?
I feel like mine was $1.
Yeah, right?
Maybe
they're not expensive. I do have another one that's bigger because I'm like, sometimes I make like a blanket. I need a bigger bag. And so I just grabbed the first one that was by the register there. Not even really looking at it. I was just like, here, giant bag. And I brought it home and Sarah's like, why did you get one that says always on vacay? And I'm like, well, I didn't read it. I didn't know it said always on vacay when I bought it. And she's like, you're never on vacay. I'm like, yeah, that's really inappropriate. Always on vacay. So now I have this big giant blue bag that says always on vacay on it that I use to hold my quilts when I'm knitting. Actually, currently it's holding a cardigan that I'm making for Sarah.
I got through that stitch. That was tough. I did it like 3 times. I kept splitting.
Cool, weird. Yeah. We have a pot bag, and I feel weird for taking it to get groceries. The checkout with your baby and your pot bag, and they're like, I don't know how half the stuff that's in my house got here, and nobody knows. I'm like, where'd this pillowcase come from? And all the kids are like, never seen that pillowcase in my life. I'm like, but how does a pillowcase get into a house? Like, how does that even happen? We need to solve this mystery. They're like, we really don't. It's fine, Dad. Nobody cares about this pillowcase. You know, I'm starting to think I messed up the first stitch of this round. I think maybe I was supposed to put a half double crochet in the same stitch that the chain was coming out of. I guess we'll count and see. But I might have 79 here if I didn't do this right. And you know I'm not going to let it lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have children. That's how it happens. It is going to be a Psyduck beanie a little low.
I kind of hope you did mess it up so that I can have some time to catch up.
So I can come back. Yeah, that'll work. Yes. I have lots of children, Dark Wife. I collect them.
You collect children.
Somebody asked me, like, I think it was probably ADs, like, you collect NES carts? I'm like, I collect children. Like, when I'm done with that, I'll start a collection of cartridges, maybe, but got too many kids. By the way, Mickey, Pokemon Silver update, that guy with the Psyduck channel. Why do you keep beating up Psyducks? Oh, JDO, you're worse than Dark. Oh, I kept telling me about when he killed Psyducks, too. Stupid Pokemon Silver. That game's on my list, but now I'm mad at it. And it's funny, because I picked Pokemon Silver, JDO, when, like, I played it back on emulator when I was 16 or whatever, because I like Silver better. Like, I like the color Silver, so I picked Pokemon Silver, and that's the only reason. How many kids? So, well, we have 2 kids that we brought into the world, Dark Wife. We're 15 and 14, but we've also been fostering for 7 years. So we've had another 9 kids come spend time with us for about an average of 2 years. And we currently have 2 that are actually our nephews, who we're probably going to adopt in the next year. And then when they grow up and move out, we'll go back to fostering again. So we've had 11 kids so far.
My friends did the foreign exchange hosting before they started having kids. That was pretty cool.
It's a good collection. Hey, what's up, Dane Bread?
Oh, come on, Stitches.
Once they stop making children, Mickey can finish his collection and move on to something else. Well, once I have the complete set, we're good to go. He came at me with his and his switchblade, and something had to give. That's fair, JD. Like, you got to do it. I feel the same way when I've been working on Pokemon Leaf Green, because that's my next Game Boy Advance game I'm going to do on stream. And every time I kill a Pikachu, I like say a little silent prayer to Rory, like, sorry, Rory, I can't believe I'm killing a Pikachu. How long do the foster kids stay, and how old were they? So we were licensed from 2 to 10 initially, so they were all in that range basically. Like, we had a couple of 3-year-olds, 4, 7, 6, 8, and like and we did eventually place with a 10-year-old who was like 11 by the time he left, and on average they stayed about 2 years. We did have one set of siblings who were only with us for like 7 weeks, and that was it. That was our one placement that was like that. The rest of them, the shortest one was like 1.5 years. The ones that, the little guy we got now, the 7-year-old, we got him when he was 2. We've had him for a while. No, we got him actually just after his 3rd birthday. So we've had him for 4 years. That's our longest one. That's the record there. Hey, Lulu Goro. Hey, since there's fewer redeems, no, Guru. They are not gone. They're just off during FutureRush. I wasn't going to bring a beagle up here while FutureRush and I were crocheting together. And I wasn't going to play Mario 64 while we're crocheting together. When we get back to normal streaming, all the redemptions will come back. And actually, Lolo, next year, Beanie Quest is becoming more expensive. It's going to become Craft Quest, though. Like, you don't just have to get a beanie. We can make you anything you want. Pillow, scarf, amigurumi, whatever.
Do you ever feel like people are just in there for the radishes?
That's all they're here for. FutureRush. Nobody's here for anything but radishes.
Because I feel that way. I feel like these 6 viewers that I now have are just here for Friday.
Lolo redeemed that just because he could. This is actually okay. I guess you did need it for your quest, huh? All right, we got a joke here. All right, Lolo. This one's all right. Oh, don't read it. That's cheating. Man, this book is like dusty. We haven't had a joke redemption in a while, and apparently I don't dust my house because I'm disgusting. When
we would have to dust every day for us to not like this. This
I know,
is the
especially with all
place
this
I've ever lived.
With all these electronics here, like, give me a break. When do doctors get mad? This one's a little basic. This is not the most original quality
Don't
joke.
think too hard about it.
It's not the worst joke in this book. When do doctors get mad? Unbelievable. I finally have enough points to not redeem Beanie Quest, and they're raising the price on me. Vetch, you probably have enough points to redeem Beanie Quest twice over. Maybe 3 times over. Vetch, I bet Vetch has as many radishes as the rest of my viewers put together. That guy has been lurking for 4 years now. 3 years? 3 years.
How many do I have?
And I think he's highlighted 1 message and redeemed 1 joke. When they run out of patience.
I just have 2,800.
You got it. Doctors get mad. Well, sorry, Lolo. It's when they lose their patience. And look, it did that thing again.
I heard that one on Protoshields not that long ago.
Where it put in a parenthetical the real word patience, in case you didn't understand the joke. Jokes are so much better when they're explained. Enjoy your lurk. If that might have been an accidental lurk.
No, I have my...
Or maybe you stated the joke.
I picked the wrong time to stop crocheting because I have my marker out and I don't know if I need to put it into the crochet I just made or it goes into the next one I made.
Uh-oh. One
stitch
stitch wrong. Parenthetically.
So I think this is the new stitch that I need to put it into because I put everything down to write on the notepad and then I looked at something.
Somebody make a clip of her channel there and let her know what stitch she's on.
What did I do? Yeah. It'll be fun.
I've got to count mine. I like a book that explains it. Well, I got a book for you. I tell you what, JDO, when you finish Beanie Quest, if I've finished that book, it's coming to you. I got a great news about a book called Das Capitol.
That's kind of a dark joke. That's
Hey,
a pretty dark joke.
Thanks for that follow, Peter Griffin 906, and for that Psyduck. Enjoy your shipping fees. Well, I mean, I may as well, right? Like, may as well bundle it. Look at my cake. It's getting pretty hollow here. Hopefully I have enough to make a beanie. If not, I have more of this yarn. It's fine. Okay, everyone quiet. I'm going to count my stitches. Oh, wait. Let me join it first. Then I'll count them.
What is this little fly doing in here? Get out of here, fly.
Okay.
16, 18, 20, 25.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I hate you. 30. 40.
This is not a good yarn to try to go fast with.
50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. Oh yeah, the strands separate too easily. Yep.
Yep.
70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. Fantastic.
Yay.
Okay, so I got that right. Just that one right there. The chain 2 top doesn't count as a stitch. That's just going to get eaten up. Okay, got it. All right. So where are we at? You're on like round 18 now?
I am on 17.
I can see your yarn giving you guff.
Yep.
No feet today on stream. I don't need any creepers like Big Chungus.
I guess Sharon was lurking in Mondays, and so last night she's like, "I enjoyed lurking in your stream, but I don't think she was present when I told you about what happened to her and the bare feet." And I told her, I said, "Mickey made a mistake. He was barefoot." And she's like, "Oh no!"
Nothing creepy came out of it so far.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't have nice enough feet.
I told her that I warned him. I warned him about what could happen.
But now everybody can see my screen. In fact, everybody can see their chat. I got like a chatception thing going on because I got OBS. And, well, here's the pattern. If anybody wants to crochet along, here's how to make the last 7 rounds of the Beanie. And also, here's a little piece of FutureRush's stream over here. Oh, here, let's do a FutureRush restream. Look, there's her Beanie. Looks just...
You can see it at an angle.
Yeah, you could see it really poorly here, or you could just go to her channel, smash that subscribe button, or follow. It's follow on Twitter. Smash them both.
It's not enough to click it. You have to smash the fuck out of it.
Smash it. So, fun fact: I was watching some of the old.
And no one else can use it.
G4 hosts, yeah, break the follow button so it doesn't work anymore. Who do streams now, and one of them were talking about a website where you post a photo of your feet, and people rate them. Like it's a feet-specific Plenty of Fish or something, like a hot or not for feet. I mean, I would.
My God, I don't even know where to go with that.
I would have guessed that there had to be a subreddit for that already, right? Like, wouldn't there be?
I would think so.
I don't really use Reddit. I don't know. But it seems like a thing that would have been on Reddit already. Annihilate the follow button. Exterminate the subscribe. Lay waste to this website until naught but ashes remains. Vetch gets it. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, it's time for food.
I'm going to have to quit after this round, though, because it's midnight right now, and that's usually where I end.
Oh, what the heck? Sarah just sent me a text. Apparently, I'm going to get a new computer.
Ooh, nice.
About time. That'll be nice. This one will be. This one is going to go down into the garage and be like the family computer that the kids can use to play games, because their laptops can't quite hang when it comes to high-end games.
Like a basement?
It's under me, so kind of it's connected to the house, and it's a little sunken down compared to the rest of the house. And I'm trying to make it into that. So far, it's just been a pile of all the stuff we didn't put away or throw away.
Okay.
But we're working now. We're getting so close. You can include your old computer with the joke book and the Sorry, JDO, it's already claimed. Ooh, maybe we could do like Sharon did, build our new computer on stream. You know, actually, I was in the garage today, and I found an old toaster oven that I just love. It's my favorite toaster oven in the history of the world, and we've had it as long as we've had our kids. We've had this thing forever. So I've had it for 14 years. And finally, the heating elements in it died, and Sarah's like, throw it away. I'm like, no, we're getting new heating elements. I'm bringing this thing back to life. And that was 6 years ago. I still have it in the garage. And she's like, why haven't you thrown it away yet? And I'm like, because I'm going to fix this toaster oven because I love it. And I was like, we should do that on a stream. We should repair the toaster oven on a stream.
Do you know how to do that? To replace the heating elements?
I have never done it, but I presume that once I open it, I'll be able to figure it out. I have taken lots of things apart that I didn't know how to take apart or fix, and fixed them. Even stuff that I thought I couldn't fix. Like Sarah was like, hey, the fridge is broken. Can you fix it? I'm like, I don't know how to fix a fridge. And I took it apart and fixed it. I was like, oh, I guess I knew how to fix a fridge. Didn't know that. Yeah. I wouldn't disable Mario 64 for that. I would normally don't disable Mario 64 for just crafting streams. We've done crafting streams before, but this one specifically because I didn't want to play.
You should have left it on so I could catch up.
Well, yeah, but then you would stop to watch it. You know you would.
Probably.
I really should do a better job about streaming. I've been slacking. Well, because Battletoads is so flippin' hard. I was like, I'll practice this game off stream. But it's so hard, I think I might put it on the back burner. I think I might switch in an easier NES game and come back to Battletoads when I'm capable of beating it. Because it's so hard.
Yeah,
it's the hardest game I've played.
It's not a bad idea to take a break from it and come back.
just switch it to Gargoyle's Quest or something. Whatever my next NES game was, just bump it and get to Battletoads when I can beat it. It is the hardest game I've played. It was Echo the Dolphin, then it was Adventure Island, and now it's Battletoads. Strictly because Adventure Island, you had infinite continues. Battletoads, you only get 3, and it's over. And it's back to the beginning of the game. And it's just so exhausting to get back to where you've been in the game. By the time you get there, you just die all fast because you're tired. And I refuse to use like I have an EverDrive. I could just use save states, but I like refuse to use them because I'm like, I couldn't use them on stream. I gotta like, you know, do it like young Mickey would have had to do it with an NES cartridge. Like,
yeah. Stubbornness.
Dane, you think it's one of the hardest? Okay, so I'm not alone. Dane says it's one of the hardest they've ever played, and they played a lot. Yeah. Battletoads is... So, I mean, there are games that I've played that might be, like, harder, but to a point where they're not, like... It's not like really the game is challenging. It's like the game is just brokenly difficult. It's hard in a way that, like, biting a rock in half is hard. Well, like, okay, that's true. Biting a rock in half is hard, but what does it mean if you get it done? Like,
yeah.
Battletoads is...
It's not impossible.
Yeah, Battletoads is super hard, but it's like, it is still a game. Like, I could see people taking this game on as a challenge. Not like, this game is just so frustrating and annoying. Like Chip's Challenge, that game was just frustrating and annoying after like 20 levels. It was just like, this is just a slog. This isn't fun. This isn't challenging. It's just, it murders you a lot. This is just very like a one-sided fight. I don't have a chance. I mean, I do. It's just 1 in 1,000, and those chances suck.
Might as well say no chance.
Right. Like playing the lottery.
Or it feels that way.
Man, I like your yellow so much better than mine. It's just like mine's too bright. It's like a nursery yellow for like a baby's room.
Like sunshine, like a
yeah.
I have a urine like that. That's the color that is on the label sunshine.
Yeah, yours is just.
I think it might be
lovely, good Psyduck yellow, mustard.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mustard, yeah.
Man, it's great. Does look like a cheddar. All right, everybody, rate our beanies. What do you think? Is this thing gonna fit on my head when it's done? Maybe this one will fit you.
So this one, that was row 17. Ugh, I didn't even finish the straight parts today.
Too small for your skull.
It might take more streams than I thought.
It might stretch a little bit. No, it'll stretch. It'll be fine. Too small for skull out of 10.
So if I squish it down.
Yeah, then it gets the nice. Because yeah, totally like looks like one of those like African hats, you know. Until you smash it, and then it gets its round shape. Look at that, looking good.
A fez.
Kind of like a big fez, or not exactly a fez, because a fez is like a little bit pointy, like a little bit conical. Those ones that are like perfect, like cylinders that go straight up and down. I think. What the heck do I know about fezzes? Come on.
My camera's too close to really show it like a bulb.
Yeah, very, very bowl-shaped. You throw some pine cones in there, throw it on a table, and you'll be 80 years old. Like it just happens. All right, should we raid?
Yeah.
All right, want to do a double raid again? Yeah. Who's on? Bug Doctor's on. Zero's on. I don't know if anybody else is on that we both know.
You're on.
I'm on. Oh, raid me. I'll raid you. Oh, Enigma Wave is also on. You want to raid Enigma Wave?
I don't know.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, we could do that. I also have a wheel picker that I could do.
A wheel picker, nice. Do it. Leave it up to the chance gods. Time the raids so you raid each other at the same second.
Is it not gonna load? Okay.
I actually have been raided like 3 times in that space between when I raid someone else and when I hit stop streaming. Like, I don't know how that has happened 3 times, but that's like a 2-second window, or like maybe 3 seconds, where I make sure I'm in the raid in the other person's channel, and then I go to hit stop streaming, and it'll be like, ba-da-ba-doo, someone's raiding you. I'm like, how'd they do that? Like, what? And then I'll message them, like, I'm sorry, I actually, it's already out.
Okay, let's see.
That's why I usually have the thanks for coming. But I didn't want to use thanks for watching today, because last time I did it, I accidentally muted FutureRush, and then we talked for like 2 minutes, but it was just my voice. So I just turned it on manually so I can still hear you this time. I'm not talking to myself.
Okay. So here's the wheel picker.
Okay. Guess I can put my ring back on.
We'll get rid of this ad.
Oh, nice. So we got Bug Doctor, Enigma Wave, or Zero Counts. Nice. Can you see the picker? I like that. Cute.
Okay, let's see.
There it is.
Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing.
Yellow is Enigma Wave, dark green's Bug Doctor, light green Zero Counts.
Enigma Wave wins.
Zoom. Oh, spoilers.
Wanna raid.
All right, Enigma Wave it is. Let's go say hi to Enigma Wave. What's Enigma Wave? Oh, Windows 95. Fantastic.
Yes. Wednesday, but with Windows.
Windows.
Wednesday.
Say hi to Enigma Wave. Enigma Wave often does a lot of old PC games and stuff, and even has the like stream set up to look like Windows 95. It's pretty great.
So I'm wondering if I should catch up off stream.
I mean, yeah, go for it if you want to. Doesn't bother me. I don't mind streaming with you more though. Oh, whoops! I spelled raid wrong. There's an N on the end there. Raid N. Let's try that.
Oh, Barajoka, I forgot. I didn't realize she followed me. Thank you, Bara, if you're still listening. She's in Mexico, so maybe she is.
All right, there we go. Got my raid set.
You probably already went to bed.
Well, thanks for doing this again. We'll go again next Monday.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
But thank you, Eddie, for the raid. Thank you, Hillary, for the raid. And thank you, Shadow, for the 27 months. And Sots, thank you for the raid.
Nice. Night, everybody.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.